Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. We have a very good session. I think you're going to be excited. It's going to be about mindfulness. And in today's times, we all need to know that. So today we have Valerie Warren with us. She's been teaching at UAGC for the past 15 years. She has been in education for 30 plus years, so she has some amazing experience to share with us. We're super excited that she got to come today. She enjoys teaching, reading, exercising, being with her family, and of course her grandchildren, and relaxing and just trying to practice being mindful. So Valerie, thank you so much for being here with us today. We appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, if you'll switch the slide.
There we go.
So this is a disclaimer that just says UAGC does not warrant any of the websites or any of the information in this video. They are not responsible for any of it. Next slide.
Okay.
This next slide is a disclaimer stating that if you have a degree from UAGC, it does not lead to immediate teacher licensure in any state. So that means if you do get your degree at UAGC in education, you will need to go back to your individual state to get certified and to get your license in that state. And with that said, Valerie, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, thank you so very, very much. Again, my name is Valerie Warren, and I'm going to share with you mindfulness today. I really hope you enjoy the presentation and can take something away from it. And I'll give you a little story about how I actually got engaged with mindfulness and how I started using it. But mindfulness today, the area that I'm going to speak about, it does have a lot of different areas associated with it. But I'm going to speak about the meditation part of it. Mindfulness is just a wonderful, wonderful way for all of us to try to relax. You know, a lot of times we have so many things going on in our lives today that, again, we can get pulled in so many different directions. So I always think to myself, my gosh, you know, anytime that I can relax and just be for a period of time, again, that can make me really happy. But like I said, mindfulness has some different areas to it. And from guided meditation to active listening, just if you want to practice any type of mindfulness while you're cooking or taking your dog for a walk or going on a long walk or just being outside, it also involves like being open-minded, being able to forgive. And one of the areas that we're going to practice today too is the breathing, which is very, very important. And I was thinking along these lines because I was thinking that when I was on my when I'm on my way to work every morning, I have a long drive to and from work. And that's a time when I actually do practice my breathing. And I know that it has helped me tremendously. So anyway, that's what I'm going to share today. But one of the areas before I go on to the other slide is that I wanted to talk about that how busy that people can actually get. Some of my students online, they have shared stories with me when I bring this up on our discussion boards. And I say, you know, I give them a video to look at and, you know, and talk a little bit about meditation. And they always go, oh my gosh, Val, I've been doing this for a long time. I just absolutely love it. It's my go-to thing in the evenings is to go in my bedroom and shut the door and meditate or just be for a period of time. And so anyway, we started practicing this at school. Well, when the subject come up at the time, I didn't know that much about it. I had read some articles and did a little research, but I thought, well, if I'm going to introduce this to my students, I better know a little bit about it. So I went out and found a couple good videos, and I also read some information about meditation and the mindfulness area. So anyway, and I found out that, again, students just loved it. And when I first introduced it, I remember to my advisory class, most of them in there, they already knew all about it. They go, oh my gosh, yeah, my mom does that at home. So again, and we just, you know, some of our lives, we just get so busy. And like one example, I have a young lady I was just speaking to the other day. She goes for like a 2-hour track practice after school. And after that, then she goes on to another 2-hour soccer practice. So she always tells me, she says, oh my gosh, by the time I get home, I'm just exhausted. So sometimes it's just nice to have a way to relax. So that's again how I kind of got started in mindfulness. But mindfulness too is an area of meditation which actually originated from Buddhist teachings. And it has gained so much in popularity. And there's, like I said earlier, there's so much information written about this topic. And just about 2 days ago, from Educational World, they actually sent me a link. It was on mindfulness and a class that you could actually take. And I thought, oh my gosh, I may actually look into that. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get started here. But one of the things that I've always liked to do is to try to find some way to reduce stress in my life. And so I love to exercise. I don't do as heavy as exercise as I once did, but I still love to exercise. I adore reading. But one of the other things that I started a few years ago was mindful meditation. So like I said, we started it at our school, and I just found out that the students just absolutely loved it. And when I went through all the different steps and explained it to the students, and then the day that we actually practiced the meditation, the students were so relaxed. They were so happy. They said, oh my gosh, when in the world can we do this again? This was fun. So again, just a great way to try to relax. But I do want to point out that I'm in no way am I an expert. I don't even claim to be. I just learned on my own and through a lot of different readings. So we've been practicing, for several years now at school. So anyway, it can help with stress. It helps me pay attention to my own thoughts and emotions. It can help reduce anxiety. Sometimes I'll have students that share that they have a lot of anxiety in their lives. So again, this is one way that possibly could help. And again, it can help you just kind of relieve some of that stress. So there's a lot of video clips out there. I mean, there's some absolutely fabulous ones. I always try to get some that young people would enjoy. So here's where I'm going to stop for a minute and let the video kind of share with you some different elements of mindfulness.
Everyday mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Often when people think about mindfulness, they imagine someone sitting on a cushion alone in a room with their eyes closed. Sometimes that is what mindfulness practice looks like. And sitting with your eyes closed in this way has great benefits. But mindfulness is also so much more. Mindfulness is a way to approach everyday life that makes living more enjoyable and less stressful. You can apply mindfulness to everything you do, whether you are eating, walking, or sitting in class. Mindfulness is a choice that you can make at any moment. Mindfulness can help you better understand how you feel and what you are experiencing. It's about being aware of the present moment instead of replaying the past or worrying about the future. Mindful awareness means being aware with kindness. It's about being engaged in everyday life, choosing to be nice to yourself and others in the present moment, and bringing an open awareness to all moments, whether those moments are pleasant, neutral, or maybe even unpleasant. Bringing to that awareness some curiosity and kindness instead of judgment and criticism. You may be surprised at what you learn if you are curious and kind. This does not mean that you need to be meditating. You just need to be paying attention on purpose with a little friendliness. This can help you with stress or anxiety or even sadness. It helps you focus on what is happening right now, because worrying about the future or the past all the time can be exhausting. Practicing paying attention in a kind way to little things can help train your mind so you can develop more ease across your life. Anything can be leveled up with mindfulness. Here are some examples of ways you can be mindful in everyday life. Right now, you might be sitting in a chair watching this video on your phone. How heavy does your phone feel in your hand? What parts of your hand is the phone touching? Is your phone hot, warm, or maybe cool? Are you sitting down? What parts of your body are being supported by the chair? If you are standing, can you feel which parts of your feet are connected to the ground? Or where you are placing the weight of your body on your feet? This is all mindfulness. Or maybe, when you're talking with someone, instead of listening to them so that you can give them a response or to answer them, listen with the goal of understanding them better. This is a little change that can make a big difference in a conversation. The trick is not to automatically react to what you're paying attention to. Just notice what body sensations and emotions come up. And notice your reactions or judgments, because there will be judgment. Just try not to judge yourself for how judgmental you might be. There's no right or wrong. Just noticing what's happening in the moment. This can be noticing what's going on around you or inside of you. Let any and all things that you notice be there. You can practice this type of mindfulness anytime, anywhere, and under any circumstance. Simply be aware of what's happening in that moment, like this moment. What are you noticing right now?
So mindfulness then is a way to listen to yourself, and it's exercise for the mind, in my opinion. But you do have to set aside some time. Observe the present, pay attention, and like she said on the video, don't have any preconceived judgments. Observe the moment, and if you do get off task, just get back on. So, in mindfulness has also been studied, and some say that it can actually help with cognitive decline, which was very important to me since my father died of Alzheimer's many, many years ago. So, again, when I started researching the topic, I found out a lot of different information about it. So, like I said, after we tried it at school, I started my journey and I found out so much information about it. And it's just a cool way to try to relax. Um, so, mindfulness is just an awareness of our thoughts and feelings and our sensations. We want to be able to take our entire environment in. When we practice mindfulness, we can tune into what we are sensing through the meditation, like when we relax in our breathing, which Mindful Ozzy here is going to teach us how to breathe. Mindfulness can help improve our well-being, enjoy life as it occurs, and become more engaged in activities and things going around us. I always think too that mindfulness helps me with worries or any type of regrets, and it also helps me make a positive connection with other people. And some articles even go on to say that it can actually help with physical health. Like, again, they mention stress over and over again, like possible sleep issues or any type of anxiety. But mindfulness can bring about a more awareness to our particular emotions. So, mindfulness and well being, again, it can help us in so many different ways. So, we have to pay attention to what our mind is actually saying. Okay, this little video here, I love this. It does say pre-K to grade 2, but it's absolutely darling. But as you watch the video, practice your breathing. That's what I do. So I wrote a note here. Let's practice our breathing together. So this is Mindful Ozzy.
Hi friends, my name is Mindful Aussie, and today I'm going to teach you about a special superpower that you can use no matter what you are doing or where you are. This superpower can help you do better in school, sports, music, and many other things. It can also help you calm down when you are angry, sad, scared, or have any other feelings you don't like. This superpower is called mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you pay special attention to anything with love. There are lots of things that we can learn to be mindful of. What am I doing right now? Breathing! Did you know that we are always breathing all the time? Even though we are breathing all the time, we usually don't notice it. That's why today we are going to learn how to pay attention to our breath. This is what we are going to do. Together we are going to take a long, deep breath through our nose for 3 seconds, as if we're filling up our belly with lots of fresh air. Then we're going to hold all that fresh air in for 3 seconds. Don't let it escape! After we've held our breath, we're going to slowly let it all out through our nose for 3 seconds. Let's try it together. Ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Let it out. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3.
Hold it.
Hold it tight. 1, 2, 3. And release. 1, 2, 3. Good job! You have just learnt how to pay attention to your breath and how to stay calm and relaxed. Now, let's all say this together. I am calm and relaxed. Ready? I am calm and relaxed. Great job! Let's say it again. I'm calm and relaxed. Mindful breathing will give you lots of special superpowers, so try and do this whenever you remember. And the secret is, the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. Till next time, bye friends!
Okay, like my Mindful Ozzy said, the more you practice, the better off you're going to be. And there's different ways that you can go about this in a classroom. You have to find the way that actually works for you. Now, my students, they like some soft music on in the background. You can actually find music that's incorporated into mindfulness that literally has the steps, and somebody will speak literally all the way through. And I've used those type of music videos before. Or again, sometimes I just bring something up on my phone, or just sometimes we just sit quietly. It just depends on how you want to do it. But one of the things that you do have to hopefully is have the students find like a quiet place. And if they want to sit down on the floor, or maybe they want to lay down, that's perfectly fine too. Maybe if it's a beautiful day outside, you could go outside on the lawn and just let the kids just relax and take in some sun, and you could play some soft music in the background. but do remind them about the breathing. That's very, very important. In the classroom, a lot of times my students will want the lights off because it helps them relax a little bit, which I totally understand. And I like to close my eyes. That's optional. You don't have to. Even when I practice mindfulness at home, I usually close my eyes because I just like to totally relax. But one of the most important things, like Mindful Ozzy said, is to make sure you're taking those deep breaths. So sit in a comfortable position if you want to sit up. And again, always make sure that you're well aligned and you're not slumped over. And again, take in those deep breaths. You breathe in, you hold, and then you release. And it's very, very important to practice that breathing. Clear your thoughts, your mind, let your mind wander. Listen to the music, to the sounds. If you have something playing, it can be very, very relaxing. And the trick is to keep practicing that breathing, keep relaxed. And there have been a handful of times where my students have actually fell asleep too. They got so relaxed that they actually fell asleep. So, and again, it can be just a wonderful way to have students relax for the day. So again, I love using it, but again, you have to practice. It's like anything. You know, the first time out might be a little rough, but then the second time gets a little easier. Then the third time, it really just starts popping. And then here's a little video too. It has some different stars in it. It has some athletes, it has some music personalities, and it has some movie stars in at that all practice mindfulness.
When I was young, I would have this reoccurring dream that I was running from something, but I was never fast enough. You know, I've interpreted that dream many ways, which I'll keep to myself. But it kind of lends itself to what I believe. I believe in karma. I just believe that, you know, what you put out in the world, you get back. And how you treat people is how you'll be treated at some point.
We take for granted even the subtlety of breathing, our every step, the blink of our two eyes.
My concentration is better, my memory is better. I'm more comfortable in my seat, which I think is life's goal.
What a difference just a little silence makes. Sit and think, if you didn't have this consciousness, what would it really mean to live?
Meditation has been a great help to me in so many ways. It basically is the core of my existence.
Change the world, I'm a plotting scheme. Intergalactic planetary.
The beauty of my nature shown through Shaquasia I Mecca. When I made myself equality known to my reflector. Stay in your playpen, boy, and battle for your formula and cries. You pacify this lullaby from the black butterfly.
Meditation is living your life as if it really mattered. And that means you got to be here for it.
A good joke makes you present. A good song makes you present. Meditation helps you to keep that presence. What is it like to be present? You know, you want the world to move slow.
So much on my mind, I just can't recline. Blast the holes in the night till she blends sunshine. Breathe in, inhale vapors from bright stars that shine. Breathe out, smoke, retrace the skyline. Yo, don't the bass ride out like an ancient mating call? I can't take it, y'all. I can feel the city breathing, just heaving against the flesh of the evening. Stop before it die like the last train leaving.
He taught me meditation.
Get out.
Yeah, so I be doing.
Get out. You meditate?
It helps me because it puts me in a conscious space. Because before I actually do it, I keep reminding myself. I ask myself, who am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I?
I want to be awake during the day. And I don't want the noise to separate me from whatever greatness is in here. You know, I want to be able to operate from that space.
Never looking back, what you are in front of me, the present is a gift, and I just want to be. I just want to be. I just want to be.
My working definition of mindfulness is that it's the awareness that arises through paying attention on purpose in the present moment and non-judgmentally.
And to kind of end this segment on mindfulness, I actually do use it at home. And again, once I got started at school, I thought, again, well, I better make sure that I practice this at home so, you know, I can share a little bit more with my students. Some of the experts say that, you know, you should try to set a, you know, X period of time away each week so you can meditate. I try to use it once a week, and anytime that I'm getting, or I just need to relax, you know. And so I like to find a very quiet room, but that's just me. And sometimes I don't even use music. It just depends. I always like to close my eyes, like I said earlier, and I practice my breathing. I start my breathing, and then I hold, and then I release. And then there's times where I'll go outside and I'll sit on my deck, and I'll just practice mindfulness out there. And so again, you have to find what works for you and give it a few shots. You know, don't quit after the first time. I like to sit for at least 10 minutes, but again, you have to find your own time frame. Let your thoughts flow. I have spoke to so many people, and some people say that they actually, you know, meditate for at least 30 minutes. So anyway, find what works best for you. I hope that you can take something from this if you want to use it in your classroom. There's so much information out there. You can contact me if you want, if I can if I can help you anyway. So take care, and thank you so very, very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and have a wonderful day.
Valerie, those were amazing. I loved the videos. I was over here looking them up. How can I use these in my classroom? So
Oh, really?
Yeah, those were
Oh,
really
thanks.
great.
I really liked them too. I love Mindful Ozzy.
Yes, me too. That's the one that I wanted to share. So I went ahead and did that in my classes while you were doing your presentation because it was so awesome. Do you want to give everybody your email address so that if they need to reach out to you, they can?
Oh, sure. Where do you want me to, like, just verbally say?
Yeah, do you just want to verbally say it? That'd be fine.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Fine.
So Valerie.warren@faculty.uagc.edu.
Perfect. And this has been so amazing. Mindfulness is something that's really big right now. And I think it's just because of the world that we live in, and we all need to practice
Oh, yes, I know. Well, people just get so busy. There's always so many things going on. So, but I know that it helps me a lot. People that I've talked to for the last few years just say, oh my gosh, you know, they just love it.
Right. I agree. I would like to invite you too, so people know here, for you to be on our podcast, because you have so many really great things to share. So hopefully she will be on our next season talking about mindfulness and giving us some tips and tricks. So thank you so much for being.
Thank you. Well, thank you so very much.
Yeah, that was amazing. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you for being here.
You also. Okay. Bye, everybody.